I'm Troy Sage.
And I'm Andrew Smith.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I am.
We've concluded that in an earlier video.
We have.
For whatever reason.
We already concluded. I bought my license online, had a name put on it, and here we go.
You have granimals? I know mine are granimals. I got 2 tigers.
We are matching today.
We are almost matching. It's pretty sick.
It
Same
is.
fashion designer.
Imagine that.
Yeah, what the heck are we talking about today?
You know what? I think you get your hair cut by the same time
I
I do.
think I do, except for mine stops right here. And you just keep shaving.
Oh, is that what my problem is?
I'm going to have to check my hairdresser's license to see if she's actually
You like my
licensed.
ponytail?
I do, I like it.
Excellent.
Yeah, what are we talking about short
Hey,
sales?
you know what? Today we're going to talk, and we're going to change things around a little bit. We're going to talk about short sales from a buyer's perspective and a buyer's agent's perspective. There's a lot of confusion out there with regards to buyers. They get involved in short sale transactions and they don't exactly know what they are. So there's some certain things that you can do as a buyer, and as a buyer's agent, there's a few things that you want to do as well to make sure that you have a great likelihood of your offer being accepted with terms that the bank will approve. But also there's some certain things as the agent you should do before that offer is ever submitted to make sure that you've got a legitimate short sale on your hands to begin with.
For sure, and I always am a firm believer that the first thing we need to do with the buyer, just like we do with the seller, is qualify that particular buyer. Educate that buyer and make sure that they understand exactly what a short sale is. A lot of buyers out there don't understand. They think short sale, meaning that the home's going to sell for way below market value.
Correct.
So the first thing that we need to do as agents, if we're going to represent a buyer, is explain to them what the local market is like. Each market is slightly different. I know there are markets right now across the country where you are getting these fire sale type deals on short sales and REO properties, but not so much. It's not the majority of our country. These are small little pockets. Okay, so we need to educate that buyer on exactly what the local market is like. For example, if the median size, the median price home in a certain area is, let's say, $250,000, and there's a home listed a short sale at $250,000 and it fits that criteria of a median home, it's most likely going to sell in that $250,000 type price range. Where we do have buyers that come in and say, well, I'll offer $200,000 on that property. Well, it's the agent's responsibility to, number one, explain what a short sale is, how it works with the bank, and that the seller has to qualify, but it's also the agent's responsibility to put a CMA together and show them what that property has sold for in the past 90 days.
What's a CMA?
Comparative market analysis. So show them that what that model match or similar to within a mile or less, within 90 days or less, is actually sold for. That's what the market is yielding. That's what buyers are willing to pay for that particular home.
That's exactly right. I mean, what you've got as a situation is that the bank, the servicer of the loan, the lender in this case, has an obligation to get as much money back for the investor as they possibly can. And one of the ways that they're going to do that is when an offer comes in, they're going to verify value. They're going to do that through asking one of their network agents in the area to perform a market analysis on their behalf, or they're actually going to order a full-blown appraisal. They're going to go out to that property, take pictures, have a look at it, see how the comparable properties come out, and they're going to submit value back to the bank. If you have written an offer that's not within that value range, the bank are going to counter you. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's another thing that's really important for buyers to understand, and agents as well. A lot of buyers will come in and they think that they can just buy this property way below market value as if the bank has no clue what the property's worth. Well, in today's market, in this year, after how many years we've been dealing with short sales and foreclosures after 2007, we're in a market now where the banks know. The banks have sold the majority of the properties across the country. So without a doubt, they already have a good idea what the home should sell for, which is why they're ordering the appraisals. The only time that I've seen recently where there's massive discounts in the property, if there are damages to the property and there are estimates written to substantiate what it's going to cost to repair those damages. And I mean damages like a complete kitchen missing,
right,
or walls have been torn down, or the roof has been blown off, or something like that. Not carpet and paint. Those aren't really repairs. Those are wants instead of needs.
Correct. Unless there's some specific areas where carpet's been torn out or it's just not habitable. But the other thing on that as well is once an offer is submitted, from a short sale perspective on the buyer's side, you start getting 2, 3, 4 weeks into that deal. There's a lot of questions on why isn't the bank looking at my offer? I wrote a really good offer. Why aren't they looking at this? Why is it taking so long? It's important from the buyer's side to remember at that point in time that that initial investigation that the bank is doing is not about your offer. It's not about you. It's about the seller and the seller's hardship. They first of all have to verify that the seller has to sell this house. There is a need why that the bank should take to the investor an offer to take a loss on this particular property. So they're going to be doing a lot of internal work at that point in time to verify the information that's been provided on the seller. Once all of that is done and the valuation is looked at, then they're going to start addressing your offer and you as a qualified buyer.
Absolutely correct. There's 100% right. On top of that, one of the things I've heard many agents say to their buyers when they're going to put an offer in on a short sale is pretend you're buying something on back order, that you want to be first in line. There's another point that we haven't really dove into yet, and I'm sure we'll do another video on this, but short sales, the bank only wants one offer. The agent's not going to send an offer after offer after offer like they do on REO properties where it's on the market for so long and you take every offer and have to input it to the bank for their approval. On a short sale, it's only one offer. So when explaining to a buyer, buying a short sale, you want to be first in line. You want to be the first to get on that roller coaster, right? Well, to do so, you're going to have to write a good, like you say, clean offer. You don't want to ask the bank for a bunch of stuff just to ask, like a home warranty, most likely not going to be paid for. Termite Section 1 repairs, most likely not going to be paid for. If there's any type of HOA back dues, the seller most likely is going to have to come up with that money. Banks most likely not going to pay for that. So you're going to want to write a really clean offer. Okay? And what I mean by that, on top of that, is if you have a VA offer where they're asking for 4% or 3% in closing costs back compared to a cash offer that's not asking for anything back and it's going to net the bank the same amount of money, they're going to take the cash offer more times than not because there's no financing involved and they don't have to wait as long. There's less risk. So back to my analogy is you want to be first in line.
Right.
And then everyone else that writes offers afterwards sits in backup position and waits to see what's going to happen with the first offer written because they have first right of refusal.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's important to point out at that point in time that these are not bank-owned properties. The seller of record is still usually the occupant, the seller of the house. Not always the occupant, but usually the seller of the house. By law, you can only accept one contract.
Right. You only sell a home once.
You can only sell a home once. And in a short sale, the bank approval is a contingency, just the same as appraisal would be or a home inspection. The bank is approving that particular deal. It's subject to their approval. With that in mind, as a seller, you cannot accept 3, 4, 5, 6 offers and submit those all to the bank and let them pick.
Only one.
Only one.
That's right.
So that's a few good things for you to understand as a buyer out there and what's going on as a short sale. And I'm sure that's going to lead to a lot more questions. But as always, feel free to visit us on Facebook or go to s2neg.com. Send us your questions. We'll be happy to answer them. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Yep. Thanks for watching. See you soon.